Hey guys, so here's another review. I decided to take a suggestion from one of my followers, and I am reviewing Eden Lake. Rated R. Came out in 2008. It's an hour and 31 minutes. We have Kelly Riley, who plays Jenny. We have Michael Fassbender, who plays Steve. And we have Jack O'Connell, who plays Brett. Now, the premise of this film is these Steve and Jenny, they've been together for a while, and Steve has this idea that they should go to Eden Lake. Just get away for the weekend. And they stop off at this remote motel type of thing, and the vacation's already starting off as a shitstorm. Well, then they decide, all right, we'll keep this going. They go to Eden Lake, and they're all they're sitting on the beach, whatever, sitting lakeside, and they're having a good time. While you have all these rowdy kids come by and a giant Rottweiler that scares the hell out of them. And you got Steve over here saying, just leave the kids alone, let them do what they're gonna do, yada yada yada. While the kids who they're kind of Brett's their leader type of thing, and they couldn't stop looking at Jenny, and so they end up sleeping the night, whatever, and because the kids go away, and the next morning there's, Steve's tire gets popped. So he ends up changing the tire, they go out for breakfast, yada yada yada, and Steve's trying to locate these kids, trying to, figure out why they did this. And that's kind of what escalates this film. So there are a couple scenes where, how can I say it? Because I don't want to give away too much, but ultimately, the kids, they terrorize these two adults. And it's kind of crazy to think that kids could terrorize adults, but if you have enough brute force and you know a location that they don't, it's very, very plausible. Especially when you can see how psychotic Brett is. Now, Jack O'Connell plays this villain amazingly. And for this being a low-budget film, it absolutely kind of knocked out of the park for a thriller. I enjoyed it. It was kind of slow going, but, in the end, it was very satisfying. And honestly, when I first was suggested this, I was like, this is going to be the stupidest movie. Just by looking at this, just looking at this poster, it looks stupid. And the fact that, it's centered in, I think, England, or even I don't know. But, if it's centered in England, a lot of the times it bothers me, because it's just, there's a different way that they do films centered in America instead of in England. So I thought I was going to hate this film. I mean, IMDb gave it a 6.7 out of 10, which actually isn't bad for a low-budget film like this. But just with how good these kids terrorize these adults, and then the final twist at the end, it's very satisfying of a film. Now, like I said, you should probably watch it just because, it kind of touches on the reality of situations where you could go somewhere and you not know it, or maybe your partner does and you don't, or vice versa. In this world, anything can happen. And that's kind of what Eden Lake shows you. That doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how your age, if someone wants to terrorize you, they're going to find a way to do it. And Brett does it amazing. And Steve reacts the same way that any other male would. But the way that Jenny is in this film, she is one of the biggest badasses that I've seen in horror in a while. Now, like I said, it is low budget, So don't come into this thinking it's going to be amazing. It is a very good watch. It's worth the hour and 31 minutes. Now, I give it a 4 out of 5 because, like I said, it was a good watch. I don't know if I'll watch it again, but it was a very good suggestion. Now, if you are interested in it, there's multiple platforms. There's Freevee, Plex, Pluto TV, Prime Video, and Tubi. Well, give it a watch if you haven't, but like I said, I highly recommend it. It is done very well.